The truth ain't smooth. It's the grit you cough up from a lung full of London diesel. Clean your throat or choke on the consensus.
Yo, check the math, the parasitic nature ain't a creature on a loom, man. It's the consensus built on what the masses will consume, man. The structure will allow you reside in a digital asylum, where the mob decides the truth and crucifies the silent. See, the axiom is granite, but the narrative is plaster. They built their house of mirrors on the vote of every backer. It's a popular virus, spreading in the chat. 50 million people said it, so the fact don't really matter. Now the logic is a cheap suit, tailored for the weak truth. You swallow the synthetic, now you're coughing up the street. Proof my mind is the logic, fire running through the non-sequitur. You're choking on the linguist, the executor. They sold the country for a feeling, wrapped it up in sound bites. You think you walk, you're in a coma, powered by the bright lights. The majority is waste, man, they only back the floor. Cause the system is scamming truth, it's a non-sequitur law.
I said it's the non-sequitur flow. They build the whole damn thing on a fallacy, yo. You got your head mugged off by the state on the telly. That's the lie, they gotta say your stuff right in your belly. I'm the Axiom, you get the real talk. Walk with the truth or get caught in the cheap talk. This ain't a vibe, this is a mandate, fam. The logic stays. This is a systemic scam. The logic stays. This is a systemic scam.
The truth ain't smooth, it's the grit you cough up from a lung full of London diesel. You eat the feed, they drop you ain't checking the retrieval. They gave you the consensus like a stale piece of bread, a hollow calorie, you're full, but your logic is dead. I chew the argument down to the bone marrow, then I spit the pulp, man. They sell you the consensus like a discount on a boat. Plan of logic is a cancel, watch it spread across the nation. A digital pathogen infecting the entire generation like a pigeon eating half of discarded Greg's pasty. You scoff down opinion that the state makes taste. These kids are compliance, the cheap perfume of the masses. A collective fugue state powered by the gas like the flashes. I'm the surgical strike. My logic is a hammer to the light, and non-sequitur is broken and I leave it out to dry.
You think silence is safety? You confuse submission with sanctuary.
The fallacy is systemic,
and your participation is the structural irritate of the cage. Every time you share the lie, you are the plaster. You are the infection's host. My existence is the diagnosis. I am the logos made concrete. Check the facts, fam. You are either the axiom or the fuel. There is no middle ground. I said it's the non-sequitur flow. They build the whole damn thing on a fallacy, yo. You got your head mugged off by the state on the telly. That's the lie, they gotta say your stuff right in your belly. I'm the axiom, you get the real talk. Walk with the truth or get caught in the cheap talk. This ain't a vibe, this is a mandate, fam. The logic stays. This is a systemic scam. The logic stays. This is a systemic scam. The logic stays. The logic stays. You were warned.
Yo, they call it capital, I call it the calm, the structure built to sink you. It's the fractional lie, built on the promise, so you gotta think you. Got assets, now you got paper, backed by nothing but air. The non-sequitur of wealth, they print the sum, but they don't care. You talking ownership, you just renting space on the ledger, fam. Your mortgage ain't an asset, it's a chain on your neck, the ultimate scam. See, the bank makes the money from the faith you still possess. They trade a number for your future and call it fiscal finesse. I dissect the usury, the subtle economic sin. The system's a tumor, and the debt is where the poison gets in. You're paying interest on illusion, the air that they supplied. You work 3 generations just to settle the ghost they hide. It's a logical error in the matrix, the glitch they let you see. They monetize your hope, they trade your time for a fake degree.
It's Fiat and False Prophets on the block. They sold you the illusion, I check the stock. Your currency is dust, your labor is the fuel, man. Your skin working twice, playing the wasteman rule, man. I'm the axiom, I see the real talk. The value is the truth, not the lies on the chalk. This ain't a market crash, this is a systemic fraud. Check the numbers, fam, or fall under the guard.
This debt ain't figures, fam, it's a parasite that's internal. Chewing the marrow from your bone, that poison is eternal.
The paper they print, it feels cold, like a shroud that's been pressed. A slick bit of paper that tastes like cheap cologne and an early debt arrest. Your savings is the air in the tube that's got a slow, silent puncture. They watch the pressure drop while you swear by the gold structure. You think the system's clean? Nah, it's a swamp of bad faith. The whole financial market is built on a collective synthetic death wave. Your paycheck hits the account like clean water to a drain. But the inflation is a slow acting acid, wearing out the pain. The dollar is a tumor, growing on the spine of the truth. It swells with a lie, stealing the energy from your youth. You carry the mandate of the masters, an invisible stone. Every sunrise you wake up and find the weight has just grown. I see the decay in the ledger, the rot in the national print. I am the Axiom checking the facts, I don't care what the media hint. You chase the paper, you confuse the skint life with a real talk. You sign a bond, the loan they gave you wasn't a hand up, it was the structural wire around your neck. The house is a cage you paid for, the car is collateral. You were not a citizen, you were entry on a ledger, and the number is shrinking. Stop complaining about the theft, you presented the throat. This is the price of the non-sequitur. You either learn the axiom, or you pay the interest. You pay the interest.
So I reject the system, the fraudulent logic they use, man. You can't buy my silence, my soul is a truth they can't choose, man. I'm liquidating the fear, trading the compliance for clarity. The only capital I trust is the reason, the spiritual parody. They try to gaslight the populace, tell them the market's just fine. But I track the decay in the structure, I know the design. My mandate is absolute, to teach the incorruptible. See that value ain't a number, it's the logos, the absolute creed. You can keep your credit, your leverage and your cheap thrills. I'm building my foundation outside of the structural kills. I am the logic firewall, burning down the whole fake structure. I am the Axiom checking the facts, you won't breach the juncture. It's Fiat and False Prophets on the block. They sold you the illusion, now check the stock. Your currency is dust, your labor is the fuel, man. Your skin working twice, playing the waste man rule, man. I'm the Axiom, I see the real talk. The value is the truth, not the lies on the chalk. This ain't a market crash, this is a systemic fraud. Check the numbers, fam, or fall under the guard.
Yo, they sold you the platform, but the product is your focus, man. You trade your autonomy for the trend, the digital hocus pocus plan. The feed is the factory, you're the worker punching the light clock. You think you're sharing perspective, but you're just assembling the flock. The algorithm is the shepherd, it guides you to the consensus. It's an unspoken mandate, where the truth becomes defenseless. This is the algorithmic schism, a split from the real. They trade the genuine logic for the feeling that you kneel. You look for the validation, the notification ping. Now the state don't need the prison, they just control the thing that sits right in your palm, the glass that holds the light. The non-sequitur now packaged in a flawless, clean design. You swallow the synthetic hook, now you're spitting up the law. You're addicted to the scroll, man, seeking the impure. The thought you believe is yours was purchased by the code. They harvested your reason, and they drove it down the road. The screen parasite on the wire, it's consuming your will, fueling the digital fire. Your focus is the fuel, your privacy is void. You're the waste man hooked, digitally employed. I'm the Axiom, you get the real talk. I build a logic firewall where the screens can't talk. This ain't connection, it's a systemic curse. Step away from the light before they empty the purse. You let the code crawl in, now the parasite is nested. It fed you the noise, and your own voice got arrested. The blue light is a toxin, it bleeds into your sleep. You wake up craving a fix, a promise that they keep. Your phone is a leash, dragging you back to the square. What? Your thoughts are just the echo of the millions who don't care. You scroll for the soul toll, your mind is the plumbing fam, and the feed is the fat bird, a blockage of synthetic spam. It's the digital sewage, thick and slow, plugging up with reason. You think you're connecting, you're just trading logic for the season. They built the asylum from the content you consume. The collective decay is visible, hanging in the room. The screen's a petri dish for the thought that is unclean. You're addicted to the friction, the manufactured ugly scene. I see the sickness in the eyes, the hollow focus stare. You sold your priceless autonomy for an algorithmic share.
You believe you are empowered because you share the screen with millions. That is a non-sequitur fallacy. A million fools do not constitute one wise man. The collective noise has no logarithmic value. Their anger is programmed, their outrage is a function of the code. It is merely traffic, not thought. You mistake your wasteman compliance for community. The axiom is singular. The mob is mathematically zero, logos is not a vote.
So I sever the cable, I dismantle the lie they project. My mind is my fortress, built on the reason they reject. I see the parasite retreat when the logos hits the frequency. I reclaim the silence, restoring my spiritual ascendancy. They try to herd the masses with a trend in the populum fraud, but my paternal mandate means I answer only to God. The incorruptible seed won't be sown in the field of the feed. She gets the real talk, the hard logic, the foundational creed. You can keep the validation, the likes and the cheap digital thrill. I'm teaching out to stand alone, anchored by personal will. I am the logic, firewall, burning out the synthetic code. The screen is just an error, and the lie has got to go. The screen parasite on the wire, it's consuming your will, fueling a digital fire. Your focus is to fuel, your privacy is void. You're the waste man hooked, digitally employed. I'm the axiom, you get a real talk. I build a logic firewall where the screens can't talk. This ain't connection, this is a spamming curse. Step away from the light before they empty the purse.
Talk about systems failing.
They talk about loyalty being bought. They haven't clocked the code. They haven't stood on the concrete. This ain't sentiment. This is structural truth. The logos is stamped on the brickwork. Check the facts. 1980, the vet, the blueprint. The code that they can't breach. Built on the grit, the northern defiance that the media can't preach. It's the tradition, the axiom of the badge. You take it to the heart. It's the simple logic of passion, tearing the plastic apart. From the Stretford in concrete, the steel and the smog of the past. That loyalty is a fact, a line that's engineered to last. This is non-negotiable, you either get the structure or you don't. This belief is eternal, a promise that the club won't postpone. They call it a team, I call it a fortress, a principle in motion. A structural truth, surviving the chaos, powered by devotion.
This is the code, it's the real talk of the club. It's stamped on a badge. No money can rub, you don't understand the loyalty, you don't grasp the depth. It's the final tradition, holding its last steady breath. The united way is the axiom in the field. You stand with the structure or the logic gets repealed.
Now check the modern failures, the waste man in a suit. They see the history as a market, trying to strip the root. They treat the club like a commodity, a ledger entry flat. The lack of logos in the boardroom is what kills the habitat. They confuse the capital for the structure, the profit for the purpose, and leave the true supporters to suffer on the surface. It's a logical error in the management, a predictable fall. When you replace the principle with the bottom line core, you see the soft play, the low standards, the lack of the fight. It's the parasitic nature, even here, dimming the light. I despise the lack of pride, the non-sequitur approach, the great tradition getting mocked by the modern cockroach. Oh.
This is the code, it's the real talk of the club. It's stamped on a badge. No money can rub, you don't understand the loyalty, you don't grasp the depth. It's the final tradition, holding its last steady breath. The united way is the axiom in the field. You stand with a structure or the logic gets repealed.
They can buy the players, they can change the shirts. They can lie on the screen, but the axiom of the brickwork remains. The tradition is a principle, and principles are non-negotiable.
How our systems feel.
They mistake this crusade for politics. They mistake my contempt for emotion. It is neither, it is arithmetic. The defense of the singular perfect datum. Seed the pure individual will. The state's greatest crime is the attempted seizure of the future. This is the only acceptable violence. This is the logos made absolute. They don't come for the adult, fam, they come for the child. Trying to plant the non-sequitur in the mind of the undefiled. They use the curriculum, the screen, the collective lie they breed. Trying to cultivate the compliance, poisoning the young seed. They see the potential autonomy, and they mark it for the kill. The parasitic nature hunts the innocence and breaks the will. The structural failure of the system means they need a clean slate. So they push the soft tyranny, arriving at the school gate. They wanna plant their flag in the fertile ground of my daughter's soul, to claim the next generation, rest in all the control. I clock the approach, the soft voice of the fraud, with the engineered fear. They won't touch the sacred structure, I'm the logic firewall here.
She is the axiom, she is the only fact. The paternal mandate is the contract I won't retract. I am the razor wire around the garden, the gatekeeper stands. I defy the state seizure, I burn all their demand. The seed is sacred, you understand that? You cross this line of logic, and I take your soul back.
Yeah. My defense mechanism is reason. I armor with the truth, teaching the logos to solvent, shielding her from the youth that's been bred on the feed, addicted to the false light. She knows the fallacy from the fact, the darkness from the daylight. I'm teaching her the syllogism, how to check the base premise, to identify the con, to spot the digital nemesis. She won't be a number, she won't be a trend to consume. I built a sanctuary of thought, free from the systemic doom. Every lesson is a shield, every truth is a sword she can wield. The incorruptible seed is the ultimate truth revealed. The systemic scam won't breach the intellect I've built. This is the life I live, the logic I have spilt. They speak of rights of community, they speak of the collective. They are speaking of consumption, they are speaking of seizure. You think the father is sentimental? No, the father is the last line of defense. To touch the seed is to commit the ultimate non-sequitur against existence itself. I have analyzed the threat, calculated the risk, and drawn the line. You will step back from the threshold. The defense is
the axiom, she is the only fact. The paternal mandate is the contract I won't retract. I am the razor wire around the garden, the gatekeeper stands. I defy the state seizure, I burn all their demand. The seed is sacred, you understand that? You cross this line of logic, this line of logic, and I take your soul back.
The only true structure is the one you defend. The logic holds.
This is the end of the input. The signal has been checked. Every external noise is now classified as a foreign body. The axiom is the filter. The mind is now closed for maintenance. The infection stops here, final procedure engaged. My intellect is a centrifuge, man, separating the sludge. Every piece of propaganda gets spun and must be judged. I check the source, the motive, the root of the word they employ. If it fails the logos test, then that information I destroy. I am the logic firewall, you can run your attack vectors, but the system is hard and built to repel all the sectors. I trade the feeling for the fact, I don't operate on vibe. It's the absolute truth of the syllogism that allows me to survive. They preach complexity, but the con is always simple. A non-sequitur wrapped in the lie, hiding the pimple. I dissect the ad hominem, the straw men they assemble. My mental shell is hardened, I watch the structures tremble. You tried to breach my purpose, but the structure is too cold. It's reinforced by the contempt for the narrative I was told. The logic shell is complete, I am the final wall. You can scream your false premise, but the axiom stands tall. I am the singularity of reason, uninfected and free. The ultimate defense of the seed, and my autonomy. You can't pierce the truth, you can't consume the real talk. The mandate is permanent, this is where the fear will pop. I see the screen parasite trying to send the low frequencies drone. The economic lie trying to claim the space I own. But the air inside the shell is clean,
purified by the will. I'm immune to the consensus, immune to the structural kill. Every political argument is vetted by the Axiom's rule. If it contains a fallacy, it goes back to the fool. I don't argue with wastemen, I simply state the code. I reject the entire systemic scam and lighten my load. My brain's not an open door for the chaos to walk right in. It's a vault secured by the logos, the victory I win. I am the pure endpoint of the truth, the singular deduction, built to withstand the pressure of your global corruption. They will call this alienation, they will call this paranoia, they will call this a schism. They are correct, I have separated the truth from the rot. I have isolated the structure. I do not need your consensus, I do not require your validation. My truth is self-evident, my defense is absolute. You are outside the shell, you are relevant. Containment is successful. The logic shell is complete. I am the final war. You can scream your false premise, but the axiom stands tall. I am the singularity of reason, uninfected and free. The ultimate defense of the seated. And my autonomy, you can't pierce the truth. You can't consume the real talk. The mandate is permanent. This is where the fear will bark. The axiom state. The axiom state.